What is going on? It's the BS show. It's 11:59. We're going to wait 1 minute to go live at 12 o'clock. We got an exciting show today. Lots of good topics. Brad and I almost died just now.
Thankful to be alive.
Thankful to be alive. Oh, man. I can't even gain my composure to do the show.
Never a dull moment.
That's fantastic. How's everybody doing out there? We are not live anymore.
No, we're not. Back green, but there we go.
All right.
There you go.
We're live. Brad and I are here. We just got done touring some new constructions by Wright Construction out in the west side of Murfreesboro, Blackman area. Randy and Steve built some great houses, and we're driving back, and we almost died.
Almost. It's the closest I've come to it in a long time.
Don't let the invisible train kill my friend.
Is it a ghost train? Invisible train? Or what?
It was a ghost train.
I thought it was over. I ain't gonna lie.
Elizabeth!
I think my heart hadn't slowed down much.
So Brad and I are driving down Old Fort Parkway. I've driven over that bridge a million times. I've never once heard a train horn. Never.
Well, once.
Until now.
Yeah. I thought that thing was coming in our truck, boy. I was paralyzed for about 3 seconds. Couldn't move.
If there would have been a car in front of me, we would have ran into the car in front of us. And the police officer would have been like, what happened to y'all? The train. We were going to get in.
The train? Oh my goodness! But we're here.
We're here.
I think
we're alive. My heart rate's probably at 205 or something like that. But we're here. Oh,
yeah, I believe we're here. Yeah.
We're here. All right. So let's get to our normal BS. Brad Fowler, he's the B in the show. Sean Wright, I'm the S. We're from Century 21 Wright Realty. This show is sponsored by Century 21 Wright Realty. We're coming at you with the Monday show. Now, next week's Monday show will be somewhere else. Where are we going to be, Brad?
Las Vegas.
We are going to be live from Las Vegas. Live somewhere on the Strip, probably at the Cabo Wabo Cantina overlooking the Bellagio fountains.
Yep.
For the 12 o'clock show.
We can commit to the Monday show. Can't promise there'll be a Friday show. We can say we'll try our best.
Yeah.
Can't promise it'll happen, but we'll do what we can.
We may lose our cameras and everything in Vegas.
Maybe wearing rags.
We'll be wearing rags. We'll be hanging out on the side of the road.
Yeah.
Man, I can't.
We'll be asking for a ride home.
Oh. All right, UT and Auburn played. They played at Auburn. I knew it was a tricky game. Auburn's a real good three-point shooting team. Bruce Pearl always plays the Vols tough. The Vols came up short. They end up being the third seed in the in the SEC tournament. Excuse me. And but the big news out of the SEC is LSU suspends their coach because of an FBI wiretap, and they end up having to actually sitting 2 players for the games also, one of which said that it was an injury, but we'll see. But that's real big news because if they're without their coach and those 2 players through the SEC tournament, they may not I know they've got a double bye. They are the 1 seed. They're going to go to the NCAA tournament. They may not last very long when you've got all these moving parts. And other schools will tell you LSU's bread and butter is the football team, not the basketball team. And if you invite the NCAA in to start investigating stuff, they don't investigate just what they're coming in for. They investigate the whole athletic department. And that may be big-time news for LSU, and that's something to keep your eye on. This FBI wiretap may affect old Ed Ogeron and the Bayou Bengals down in LSU. All right. It's springtime. Everybody's getting the people who get tax returns back are getting their tax returns back. They're starting to look at houses. It's really heating up in the real estate market. If you've been on the fence about buying, rates are back down to the low 4s. People are out looking. It's starting to get competitive again. Start getting out there to look before it gets really, really competitive and before rates start jumping back up. And also, if you're looking to list, now's the time. Buyers are back in the market. The rates are down. You got competition. Get your house back there on the market. So those are both things to talk about. All right, you got a community event you want to talk about, Brad? Go ahead.
Yeah, we have, while the heart rate's still slowing down, The TSSAA basketball, high school basketball, is going on this week in Murfreesboro. There should be a lot of action, a little extra traffic maybe.
But Middle Tennessee Boulevard is open for the first time in like 3 years.
Yep, completely open, right?
Completely open.
That's good timing, huh?
Good timing. I wonder if they did that on purpose.
But yeah, so if you want to see some good basketball, get out there. I think parking is $5 per day. Games $8 each. $10 for the championship game.
My question is, how do they regulate that? I mean, if you go in the morning, do they go around going tickets? I mean, how do you?
That'd be tough to do. I don't know.
I don't know either. Who knows?
No idea. If you can sneak through all of them on the way to Mission, let us know how you did it.
All right, how are you recovering from the time change?
So far, so good. So far, so good. I wish it would stay. Hopefully, it will.
Well, it just passed the Tennessee House at the daylight. They passed the Tennessee House saying that we were going to stay on daylight savings time.
So is this one of those things? If they do pass it, it becomes the law. Is it going to be 5 years before it's implemented, or will it be this year?
I would think you could implement this one pretty quick.
Yeah,
I mean, just don't ever switch the clock back. Yeah. I mean, that's easy enough. And there's another push, too, to extend the Eastern time zone all the way to Memphis. Mm-hmm. That way Tennessee isn't in 2 different time zones.
Right.
And that would be interesting, too, because think about the surrounding states, and if you get rid of daylight savings time and you move to Eastern time zone for the entire state, you could have people that are like right across the border from Alabama that are 2 hours different.
Right, that's true. Yeah, if we extend it out and we don't change, and Alabama continues to.
Right.
So yeah, and if Alabama doesn't, yeah.
So
because they likely wouldn't. Mississippi maybe. But they'd have to go down through there somewhere.
Yeah. So it would get really interesting if you did the Eastern time zone thing and got rid of daylight savings time. But I'll tell you right now, this is the best time. This is the one to stay. It doesn't make any sense to do it the other way where it gets dark at 5 o'clock at night. The original reason why you did it was for farmers. Farmers work sun up to sundown no matter what. It doesn't matter when the sun comes up or down. They don't care. So it's not a time issue. It's just a sun issue. Let's keep it this way. Anybody that's a representative member that's listening to this show, let's keep daylight savings time. Get rid of that other time. We don't want it. I can understand the Eastern time zone thing because the argument is that a state shouldn't change time zones in the middle of the state. Mm-hmm. You should keep the same time zone in state all the way across. I could see that point.
We froze. There we go.
All right, we're back.
Who's this Zion guy everybody's talking about?
I'll tell you what, he hadn't shown up for the Duke Blue Devils in a while.
Does Duke need him, you think?
I think Duke needs him, but
I think he does.
They're all saying that he may be back for the ACC tournament. If he
miraculous recovery.
And miraculously recovering, they're going to come back, and Duke's going to beat North Carolina and Virginia to win the ACC just because Zion comes back.
Yeah.
I've said the entire year that without Zion, Duke wasn't anything. I don't think they are.
Well, they have relied on him so much that they could be better, possibly. But the whole mental thing of him not being there, everybody
is affecting
depending on him. You know, they were a team that was around him.
I think you can actually make the argument that they're a better all-around team without Zion. But like you said, they've depended on him so much that they've kind of built the offense and built the defense around Zion's strengths and weaknesses. So now they're Zion dependent.
Right.
Where if they would have just played out like normal Duke Coach K teams, they probably would be better off without him.
Right. Could be a better team. It's
be a better team.
Yeah. Maybe he'll pull a Bobby Boucher and show up for the championship game.
Bobby Boucher showed up to the Bourbon Bowl. But at that point, you figure you have to win probably 4 games of the SEC tournament, and then you have to win 6 in the SEC or the NCAA tournament. If Duke made it all the way to the Final Four or something, and Zion showed back up, if you're Coach K, do you put him in?
I would. He's not a professional coach. He's a college coach.
He's a college coach.
I would play him. I mean, that's what he's there for. They should play him as soon as the tournaments begin, I think. I mean, he's...
Well, in my opinion, if he doesn't show up to play in the ACC tournament, he's already told you he probably doesn't want to show up to play college ball anymore. He wants to sit out for the draft.
Oh, yeah.
If he's not going to show up, don't even put him on the sideline.
Right.
Tell him to if you're not going to play out, go ahead and pack your bags and leave.
And I'm sure, I don't know ultimately whose call it is, whether he truly has a say whether there's some agent that's not going to let him.
Well, if
whether
he's
the
signed up with an
coach-
agent, he can't play anyway.
right? But
so.
you know, it's,
Yeah, it's not signed yet.
right, unofficially.
Unofficial.
But you know, Coach K may have some other interest by him not playing. You never know. So,
You never know.
but I'd like to see him play.
I'd like to see him play too. You signed up for a commitment to play at least 1 year.
Right.
Play that year. Now, I'm not the one that's shedding the $1 million if I get hurt again, but
Right.
it's not like
Please just say,
it's basketball's not like football where one major injury could ruin you for the rest of your career.
right.
Basketball, you can usually fix yourself back up. Even if you set out 6 months to a year, usually you can come back out and play. Football, you tear an ACL or tear a labrum or something in college, that's some of those things that just never heal.
Right.
So it could be different. Oh, man. All right, Raiders
You getting
fans.
back to normal.
I'm getting back to normal. I'm coming down.
Raider fan.
Raider fan,
Right here.
you got
Right here.
something to cheer about. We've talked about for 6 months that John Gruden was dumping players and building draft picks for a reason.
Oh yeah, no question.
And what's he got? 3 or 4 first rounders?
I think 4, and they were shooting for 5 with losses.
Yeah.
They lost that, but but yeah, I think they had 4 if I'm not mistaken.
So now you get rid of Amari Cooper for a first round draft pick to the Cowboys. You just picked up one of the arguably the top 3 wide receivers in the league for a 3rd and a 5th.
Right.
You gave up
Pretty-
nothing
right.
for him.
Pretty good deal there.
Now, he did get $30 million guaranteed over 3 years. But really, that's only $10 million a year.
Right. In the big picture.
In the big
It's
picture
not-
of things,
yeah,
Julio
it's not
Jones
breaking.
makes a ton more than that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Amari Cooper makes more than, or is going to make more than that.
Yeah.
The Raiders gave up nothing for Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
Now, the question is, can John Gruden keep that attitude in check?
That's the thing. I mean, personally, I don't like him all that much, but I also like for the Raiders to win. Or at least I think I do. Last I remember, it's been so long.
It's been
But, you
20
know.
years.
Shut up.
Was
But,
it a fumble?
It was a fumble.
That was the last time, right? Well, the
yeah,
year after.
that was
The year after
they
that.
went to the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Yeah.
But 2012.
Yeah. 12 years
Long
ago.
time
Long time ago.
Yeah. But yeah. So looks like they know what they're doing.
And
Yeah,
the interesting thing is they could end up with Le'Veon Bell also.
Good. Yep.
Then you've got Derek Carr, Le'Veon Bell, and Antonio Bryant. You've got a pretty good offense set up going into the draft with all those draft picks.
Right.
So you
This is going to be enticing for other free agents.
Right.
You know, and my boy just cut from the Chiefs, or released from the Chiefs. I can't remember his name, but a linebacker. They've been talking that he may be getting looked at also. So
the Ford, the guy that lined up off sides that cost him the game. Do you even want that guy? He literally cost him a Super Bowl.
That was ridiculous, and he was like a half a.
I mean,
body
he
when
was
caught
basically
that.
in the backfield when the ball snapped.
Yeah.
But I heard the Titans were looking at him too. I thought something was cool yesterday. I took my kid, or my wife and I. She drugged me to the playground. We had lots of stuff to do, and it's not that I didn't want to go to the playground. It's like we had lots of stuff to do.
Yeah.
We were at the playground playing, and we're walking back to our house. We can walk. We're within walking distance to a playground, and there were about 4 or 5 Titans players just sitting there practicing with each other at the playground.
That's
They weren't at the playground. They were in the field beside it, throwing footballs back and forth, things like that.
Yeah.
So that was neat.
this just in special report.
All right, I'll head out there in a minute. All right, so that's that.
Then, as he's walking out,
All right, so that takes
special
care
visitor.
of special visitor again.
Yeah. Recruit. So we got plenty of office space here for any agents that want to join the team. If you're looking to make a move, looking to make a little more money, excellent training, accessibility to your mentors. We have a lot going on here, and it's only getting better. So give us a call here at the office. Of course, you can sit down and talk with any of us. And I know there's a few other agents here that would back me up on saying that it's head and shoulders above other brokerages. So feel free to give us a call, 615-895-9710, see what we can offer.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll be glad to talk to you. Whether you're trying to get into the business as a new agent or whether you're changing brokerages, we got something to offer for you. All right, news you can't believe. It's your story today. Go for it.
Wow. So, Taco Bell's ruined a lot of things, but have you ever heard them saving anything? I know
they've killed some diets for me.
Right, yeah, no doubt. A lot of plumbers get work off of them. A lot of stomach doctors get business off of them. But a man in Oregon and his dog were off-roading, got stuck, and ended up stranded for 5 days. And him and his dog both survived off of Taco Bell hot sauce packets.
Can you imagine what the snow around that vehicle looked like?
No telling. I don't even know what nutritional value is in there, but
I guess
5 days. I've heard you can go 9 days without food. I'll never know.
Isn't it the water intake that really keeps you alive?
Probably
you can
so.
go 2 weeks without food, but you can't go 3 days without water.
Yeah, maybe so.
And I guess you could eat the snow for water
right.
intake.
Oh yeah, definitely could eat some snow, but I don't know.
So then,
little
then the
mashed up
question
peppers.
is: did he really survive off Taco Bell packets, or did he survive by eating snow to stay hydrated?
Right. I know that poor dog would have been getting on the menu if I'd have been there longer than 5 days. I mean, I love them and everything, but
What's up there, Fido? You start looking. So you start doing that cartoon thing where the dog's turning into a chicken and stuff like that.
You know, but yeah, that was pretty funny. 5 days on hot sauce. I bet he's not gonna have another packet.
Yeah, he will never eat Taco Bell ever again. And the dog's probably gone now because he's like, I'm going 4-wheel drive and the dog's not coming with me. He's not going to take my taco packets.
Right.
So that's wow.
That's it.
That's it today.
If you go off-roading, make sure you have a lot of taco packets with you.
Make sure you go take a run for the border.
There you go.
So that's the BS Show Monday edition.
Let's get some tacos.
Yes, let's go to Taco Bell.